In life, we're constantly subject to emotions. Some are nice, like friendliness, love, compassion, gratitude, there's joy, delight, and of course some are unpleasant, like anger, fear, sadness, hurt, frustration, jealousy, envy, embarrassment, shame, guilt, impatience. We could go through a whole emotion wheel for this. And when we get the difficult emotions, we tend to become swept up in two things. One is figuring out what's going on. We like to analyse, let's find out why that's happened. And two is doing something about it. So we think, why is this happening? And we've got to change it. We've got to change these circumstances. And this is totally valid because our mind is built to do that. It's why we're going through this, what's causing this, etc. But then we have to take actions. We have to say things and try and sort out the bad feeling. So we're automatically drawn into the aspect of figuring things out. And then we try to change what's happening. We try to change that external circumstance. The problem, of course, with that is that often the difficult emotion gets in the way of clear, unclouded thinking and clear action. So when we're doing things, it's not always that simple. The reason for this is because that difficult emotion, before we can do anything about it, will often turn into our favourite thing, which is suffering. Maybe a little bit, maybe a lot. And suffering distorts our behaviour. It distorts our thinking and makes changes difficult, it makes actions difficult. So often when we encounter bad emotions, we have a lot of confusion, and therefore our thinking process is less than optimal. So we can have these bad emotions, but we do have that option to not let it affect our behaviour. CBT, anyone? So often when we encounter these bad emotions, we have a lot of confusion, and therefore our thinking process is less than optimal. So the actions we take are going to be imperfect. They're not going to be skillful. Road rage, these things just happen. We don't sort of choose to do them. So our tendency, of course, is to get involved only in the circumstances and what we should do about them, what we should fix, what we should improve. And again, all this is totally legitimate, but we put almost no energy into using the difficult emotion as an opportunity for learning, insight, purification of consciousness and growth, and it's all quite esoteric, this stuff, but it really is practical skill. So what this series is about is developing some understanding concerning the nature of difficult emotions, but also developing some real skills so that when the bad thoughts come up, we can use them and we can learn from them in a way that we will grow radically. And by radically, I mean at the root, something will grow and change. So our experience of suffering will diminish over months and years of our lives, and more importantly, we'll be able to experience difficult emotions in all their glory, but only as an experience in the moment. We don't have to get caught up in it. We can ride the roller coaster without being terrified. And now I realise that is a pretty tall order. How could fear, anger, sadness, embarrassment, all these visceral emotions, how could they even remotely be described as just an experience in the moment, just something to be brushed past? Well, we're going to be subject to these emotions anyway, but as humans we do have this second option where we can have a complete experience of the emotion. And now complete doesn't mean vivid or expressed externally or going full rainbow rhythms about it. A complete experience means that we're so engrossed in the feeling that we have no time to fixate that emotion into suffering or unpleasantness. And this is what the depth of mindfulness is, really. there's a fine line between sounding hocus pocus and being quite scientific and practical, but these things do work, and if you'd like to join me, I'd be delighted to see you. So we'll be starting this Sunday at 7. Just pop me a message if you'd like to join in, and I'll see you there.